Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily Trade. My name is Matthew, and you already don't know me. I pretty much do everything here, allowing you to watch these watch lists and to check out the live stream 30 minutes before open, Monday through Friday, until close, and sometimes a little bit after for earnings. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, lets me know that you enjoy the content, and lets me know that I should be making more and continuing to do this along the way. I am pretty much here. All the time. So just go ahead and message me if you have anything. Check the links as well in our about page. Further than that, let me go ahead and dump right into the watch list. If you don't already know, look on your left-hand side of the screen. You see some of these movers after hours. This is from earnings. And if you don't know earnings, the earnings for today, it was in the middle. Look in the middle of the screen. You can see our after close. CrowdStrike, Splunk, Zscaler, Akka, Five Below, Snowflake, Elastic, and Sportsman's. Though Snowflake was a little bit of a bummer, it was a little bit of an IV crush, but these other earnings was very interesting because we did finally get some move in the stock prices rather than IV crushes fully and not really moving in any direction. If you didn't know, earnings are something where you can make money and it's very lucrative, yet you can still lose most of your investment. And it's not really investment, it's more like gambling because it's really a 30%. And I will explain that in the video that I'm making this weekend for earnings. Other than that, I really wanted to cover, pretty much that. And that was probably the main part of the video tonight, going into tomorrow, and a couple things that I wanted to point out. What really moved the market today and what I really wanted to show you is maybe a lot of people have heard, right? Boeing. Today, Boeing, we got a news announcement early in the morning, right about here. There was a lot of news chatter going on that Warren Buffett, was going to be purchasing some of Boeing. And a lot of people got hyped off that. And the news started circulating towards the end of the day as well. And seeing that we did top last week's highs. Was it last week? I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And so seeing that we topped it in after hours, and we're moving higher, right? So that nice strong finish to the day allowed us to see that we are moving higher, seeing that we closed the volume gap because there was a lot of volume gap that we had right here, right? And we were kind of just praying that we were going to get something, right? So you could see the volume gap right here. And Boeing just bounced right off that 9-day moving average and pushed higher. And that's a perfect, nice little analysis that we're moving up. And you push for the 235s probably tomorrow. Moving into the rest of the week, right? 235 would be a nice target. And seeing if you can get in before the IV kicks in, or actually kicks down, sorry. And so that's something that moved today. Another thing that really moved, obviously we already know about the EV stocks. Everyone was interested in the EV stocks after the past few days, right? So we got a little bit of a bounce after some bullish divergences in the past few days off some EV stocks into something like NEO, XPEV, and we got some bounces. And a lot of people started buying again thinking we're going to have a run up. Guess what? We probably aren't. You know why? Because Trump just got on his desk as after the House passed it. They're pretty much going to, Trump's going to say, hey, 3 years for an audit or else you're getting delisted. And that pretty much, tells us, hey, guess what? Some of these Chinese stocks might get delisted if anything does happen, right? And they end up showing some bad stuff in their actual balance sheets. So that's something that we want to pay attention to going into tomorrow and seeing that might affect it. And I've been talking about this for a bit, right? I think the news barely started circulating for a lot of people, and I think it's really good for people to actually understand, hey, guess what? This might affect it. So, the House unanimously approved legislation on Wednesday that threatens a trading ban of shares of Chinese companies such as Alibaba over concerns that their audits aren't sufficiently regulated. And let me see, Alibaba. So it did go up a little bit on that news, but seeing that they have a period of time that they will go over, it's going to, it may not affect it immediately, right? So we just have to keep an eye on that, and over the next few weeks, maybe even a year, we may get more news on that. So it's something in the long run. Really, for tomorrow, your December 3rd ex-dividend days, and I didn't even pull this up. I'm sorry about that. let me just go ahead and pull that up. And so pretty much tomorrow, and we already know, if you don't know, ex-dividend days are pretty much where you buy in the stock before the next day, which records it, and you will be paid out for that next time. I'm going to go ahead and show you. So we have UNH, you got Nike, Anthem, Amatec, and DCI are the top 3 for tomorrow. I mean, top 5, sorry. And those are pretty much the ones that you want to pay attention to. If you like those, then hop in. Maybe something you get out of it. But the dividend yield isn't even that big. So nothing you really want to put in if your dividends, if you want your weighted down. So we'll see. And pretty much it does affect the stock. So Nike, you might see Nike move. You might see UNH move. And so that's pretty much where the purchasing is going to come from. And so that last minute purchasing might bring us in some volume for tomorrow. And that will give us a little bit of a lift. Other than that, you also have earnings, right? We had earnings today. Obviously, I talked about that just a little bit. SPLK lowered their guidance, and it wasn't really that good of their earnings. And pretty much these options was insane. The options at this level on the strike price were about 17 to $1, right? So, sorry, not $100 as I meant, but you're looking at $16 investment into these, or a $1 investment, or I mean, obviously, if you're buying on the ask, then it would have been $2. But that's insane to see that these big moves and seeing how you could have made big profits on that. But it's very lucrative, very risky. So earnings are very, obviously something that you may not want to do. Crowd had extensive earnings. They had great beat, also raising their guidance, and as well, they got price targets 3 days ago, or was it 2 days ago? I believe it was 2 days ago, and they actually got price target raised by 3 different institutions. So that was interesting to see even before earnings, and we did get new all-time highs above here, and that pretty much topped us over from where it was just a few weeks ago in September. So that was nice to see, and we finally topped over that after a downside of 2 days, thinking that we were going to break out here. Zscaler finally, right? Zscaler, we're getting that nice breakout after hours from the earnings, though we didn't break any new all-time high. This is going to be interesting to see how we react in the morning, even after this gap up, to see if we can even continue up to the 180s as it was, right? So getting to 170s first is going to be a struggle, but we may be able to get over it with a nice gap up overnight. So something to look into, and we might see those 180 spreads open tomorrow. Let's see. So weed stocks tomorrow, basically after today's news. I mean, you obviously saw. If you might not have seen it, but the trial today. I mean, the committee on marijuana on the HR proposal of getting it disbanded. We're pretty much looking at weed stocks probably mooning in the next few weeks, right? That's something that we want to pay attention to, and we already have been. It's just something that has been slowly moving, as we don't really have any real guidance on what exactly is happening. It's just all talk currently. Nothing is in action. Chinese-owned stocks, and I talked about this, the delisting and everything that's happening in the market. You need to be careful with that, and with that news I showed you, as well as just making sure that you're paying attention to everything and you're not getting ahead of yourself in the market. Another thing, after hours, we had a price target raise on Tesla. 780 was giving us a nice boost after hours finally. And guess what? You may not probably see any downside really until the day after the inclusion, and that is only because it is the news. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I mean, it's already news, but it's just the event, right? So buy the news, sell the event, and it's pretty much what happens. A lot of that happens also with there's statistics off this showing it, and I can also provide that in another video. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty short watch list for tonight, and then getting into where we at, and no progress is made, and that's where we're currently at. As the vaccine news, not much has been going on, so I really wanted to point that out, get that out there to you guys, and just wanted to say thank you for joining tonight's watch list, and it lets me know that you are very involved with the content. I just wanted to know if you like this, so go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, And I am also waiting on getting the gift card codes from Amazon. So most likely, if they do come in the next couple hours, I will end up going. I will end up going into the live stream them all and giving them out. And guess what? I just got news right now. Boeing 737 Max comeback nears with United Delivery. So guess what? Let's see Boeing live, right? Sorry, this just happened in the watch list. And nothing yet on that news, though we might see it in the morning. There has been a nice run up on Boeing today. Congratulations to whoever was in it. I was in it on just a little bit of a short break, but I am in crowd. So good luck. See everyone tomorrow in the live stream. Have a good night now.